Girl, you're working with some ass hand. Your bad hand make a nigga spend his cash hand. His last hand holds round with your past hand. They mad hand, you can ride in the jag hand. With that hand, you can smoke up by your bag hand. A grass hand, got money, I can flash hand. And trash hand, I'm a big time
I'm Jim Sterling. I like the colour of money and the taste of dick.
All right, Shad, how's everybody doing tonight? Oh, how's everybody doing? Good God, been like a week, I think, since I streamed. I don't know, busy week. Busy week. A good buddy of mine's going through a divorce, so I helped him move his shit out of his house Saturday. So that wasn't. He'll be all right though. He's better off. I never thought that chick was particularly good enough for him in the first place. But he'll be okay. He's got good support around him, and he hopefully won't. They don't have any kids. They've only been married. Good God, I think it's like 2, maybe not even 2 years. I think it's 2. It would have been 2 years in October. I'm not giving any personal details on that. That's not mine to give. It's just, that poor bastard, man. Been on my mind. He didn't deserve that. Yeah. Did not deserve that at all. Okay, so, everybody's been talking about this on Twitter. Over at the WNBA, they've all been wearing pay us what you owe us shirts. They're apparently complaining that they're underpaid at the WNBA. The WNBA, which is never, as far as I know, never turned a profit in its fucking existence of over 25 years, close to 30 years, I believe the WNBA has existed. I'm pretty sure that shit started in the late 90s. And, yeah, I don't believe it's ever turned a profit. It's not turning a profit now. But for some reason, these girls think that they're owed a bunch of money. They think they should be making what the NBA players make. When the NBA players generate a shit ton of revenue. If anything, the NBA players are arguably a bit underpaid. At least some of them, for the revenue they fucking generate for that corporation. I don't know. I guess each team is its own company, but the league, whatever you call it. And you know what? I don't entirely blame these girls for their inflated fucking ego. Because I think it's a natural response to the climate we've had in the last few fucking years. Over culture war horse shit, we've all decided, well, not me, but most people apparently had decided to pretend like girl sports matter because they wanted to dunk on troons. That's why. And I get it. Who doesn't love doing that? But they wanted to dunk on some troons. So we were all going to pretend like girl sports fucking matter. They don't. Nobody gives a fuck. Okay? And the WNBA caught a whole bunch of attention recently. Because, what's the little white girl's name? Caitlin Clark, I think? There's a little white girl in there that's really good by WNBA standards. And she's been getting mistreated and all sorts of shit from black players. And so, you know, a lot of conservative media latched onto that. As you know, again, just culture war shit, race war, I guess, and whatever. And to be clear, yeah, she shouldn't be mistreated. To be clear, dudes shouldn't be playing in girl sports. That's not fucking fair. It's farcical. We all fucking know it. But really, nobody gives a fuck about the WNBA. Like, nobody gives a fuck about girl sports. Let's be real. If anything, all these trainings are showing us what another joke girl sports are. Like, nobody cares. Chad says, these ladies from the WNBA need to understand the reason they aren't paid as much because a huge chunk of the country doesn't watch them. There's damn near more players in the WNBA than there are fans, okay? The WNBA is a fucking money-losing wing of the NBA that's a tax write-off. That's all it is. All right? These women don't generate... Chat says all athletes deserve to be paid $45K a year tops. Well, now, again, I'm not a sports ball guy, but, like, forget athletes. Think of them as they really are. They're entertainers. Okay? Or was it Robert Mack? One of the guys that was in charge of Ford at one point said, our job isn't to make cars, it's to make money. And with any business, there's a certain line of logic to that. Now, if you lose sight of making the cars, eventually you won't be making the money. But the job of a sports team isn't to win games, it's to make money. Put it more specifically, it's to entertain. It's to put butts in the seats. It's to sell hats and jerseys and t-shirts. It's to go on TV and sell commercial ad space. That's what the job of a fucking sports team is. That's what the job of a professional athlete is. It's to entertain people. The WNBA doesn't do that particularly well. They also don't play basketball particularly well. Chat says, I never gave a damn about women's sports no matter how many times I got called sexist, can't shame me into liking something. I never gave a damn about women's sports no matter how many times I was told it's a big culture war thing. We got to go dunk on the trannies. We got to go protect the sanctity of girls' college swimming. Like, I can acknowledge that it's, like, not fair, and I'm not necessarily for, like, a dude in a dress playing in these things, but also, like, where the fuck is the Epstein list? You know, like, why... Maybe we could get Israel to stop blowing up ancient churches in Gaza. Maybe we could secure a border. Maybe we have bigger fucking concerns. Maybe we could deport the probably, at this point, I'm guessing 150 million illegals from this fucking country. Judging by everywhere I go. Chet says the only girl sport worth watching is the lingerie football league. I mean, I'd watch that. Yeah, if we're going to just... You know, how about women's scissoring? Put that on fucking... Well, I've already watched some videos about that online, but I don't think they have that on TV. No, on one level, I don't blame these girls. These girls, for all of a sudden thinking they're a big fucking deal. Because the country at large has decided to have a whole bunch of arguments about girl sports as if any of us give a fuck. That's the weird thing about politics. We find ourselves viciously, vehemently arguing about things we don't even care about. Almost as if the conversations they try to steer us towards are distractions. Was it Tucker said in his fucking Turning Point speech a couple weekends ago? Either 1 or 2 weekends ago? Where he's like, yeah, boys on the girls' soccer team, that's terrible. But, like, can we make our cities livable again? You know? And no, those things aren't mutually exclusive. It's just that one is a priority and the other isn't. Like, there's homeless people everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, it's becoming increasingly hard for the average person who just works a good, honest job, you know, to afford a house. Those are concerns, okay? We're all getting poorer. Like, we're all getting fucked. Our country's being taken from us. I get it. You don't like the Troons. No one does. You know, the gays and lesbians don't like them at the end of the day. Chad says the only girl sport worth watching is the wrestling site where the winner lesbian dom's the loser. Well, that does sound like some damn good television. Who's messaging me? As soon as I go live, everybody wants to fucking message me. But yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I give a fuck about the WNBA. Oh, pay us what you owe. They don't owe you. If anything, you owe them. Okay, ladies, because you're losing them money. Be thankful you're making a living at it. All right, like. At the height of this channel, I had more people watching me than your average WNBA game. All right. Like, I certainly brought in more ratings in my 2016 election night coverage. Okay, like. Chad says, well, that's a culture war in general to distract us from what really matters, keep us fighting. Pardon me, keep us fighting each other over trivia shit like Black Mermaids and movies, for God's sakes. And look, you can again, I'll take the position. You know, little boys shouldn't be on the little girl soccer team, okay? I'm not even 100% sure if the little girl soccer team should exist. Half the time, I'm not sure the little boys soccer team should exist. Maybe kids should just go outside and play sports, and maybe we don't need to over-organize everything for these fucking kids. Maybe children need a little less structure. I think about 25 years of helicopter parenting hasn't fucking done any favors. But whatever, yeah, little boys shouldn't be on the little girl soccer team. Fine. Okay. But like, yeah, the Black Little Mermaid looked like shit. All right. So you know what? I didn't watch it. At the end of the day, that's the best thing you can do when you're like, wow, that looks really bad. I'm not gonna watch it. All right. Like, how much being mad about Star Wars can you fucking do? You know, I mean, I get some of you loved it. I'm not sure why, but I get that some of you did. By the way, done with one of those books. I'm gonna start the other that one guy sent me. I'll do a proper review once I'm done with both of them. I don't know. I actually will have to sit down and gather my thoughts because it's like I don't right off the bat have a ton to say about them. Like I read the Mace Windu one. It was good. Like if I'm now at a point where my indifference to Star Wars has become a bit of hostility because it just won't go away and it just won't stop sucking and everybody has to fucking argue a goddamn fucking culture war about it. It was never that good in the first fucking place and I'm just tired of it. You know, if I gave more of a fuck about Star Wars, I would have liked those novels more. If you like Star Wars or you ever did, you probably would. I'll have to look up the name, but the Mace Windu one that I fucking read. Chat says, I like Kaepernick. Show dumb boomers what the athletes actually think at their fans. You know, I remember as a kid there was a big outrage over Dennis Rodman because, like, he fucking dyed his hair goofy colors and he wore, like, a wedding dress at a fucking, like, at a party or some shit. And he just did all sorts of, like, goofy, weird, like, vaguely gay shit. I don't think he was gay. I don't even think he was bi. I think, from what I understand, he was just fucking women. I think he's just like pissing people off and making people uncomfortable. And I was like, oh, he's supposed to be a role model for the children. And it's like, your child should have a better role model than a dude that bounces a ball. For fuck's sake. Oh, man. So I saw Ethan Van Sciver did another Cyberfrog Indiegogo thing, and it's made like over 100,000 last I checked. Maybe more. I checked like early yesterday, so probably way more. I've been wanting to get into Cyberfrog. It's always looked cool ever since the start. Look, I've been critical of Comicsgate. I've been critical of Ethan. And I don't hate Ethan. Like he's not Eric July. He's not worthless. Ethan was a damn great artist. You know, alongside Jeff Jones, and more Jeff Jones than Ethan, I believe. But alongside Jeff Jones, he revitalized the Green Lantern franchise in the 2000s. And Cyberfall looked cool. But I went on the Indiegogo Friday when it launched. He was launching 2 comics. From what I understand, they're not trade paperbacks. They're not hardcovers. They're 2 one-shot comics that are prequels to Cyberfrog. They were $25 a piece. And if I were to have backed them, they would estimated shipping time would be December 2026. Now, I don't have $25 for a single issue fucking comic book. I mean, hell, I haven't even gotten any super chats. We've been here at 30 minutes. You know, streamlabs.com/thebetcloth. But I have that. And even if I did, I don't know if I would like it. I'm interested in Cyberfrog. So I was like, okay, fine. You know what? I know he did a hardcover of the 90s shit. I didn't even know this was a comic back in the 90s. Never heard of it till Comicsgate popped off. And I'm a comics guy, but whatever. He collected all the 90s shit in a hardcover. Let's see if I can find it. I did find it for $20 on eBay. So I picked that up. But one of my big criticisms about Comicsgate has been like, this shit is not sustainable. Now, Ethan's making a ton of money, and good for him, I guess. There's a lot of money to be made, but it's a bubble. $25 single issue comic books that come out a year and a half after you purchase them is a bubble. I'm sorry to fucking tell you. I don't care how good they are. That's not sustainable. There's only so much of engendering a parasocial relationship with your audience, or just getting them riled up to think that you're sticking it to the liberals or the Jews or Marvel or Eric July, because he's feuding with Eric July because the different factions of Comicsgate hate each other. There's only so much of that you can do for so long. Like right now, you're making gobs of money. Right now, you're Image Comics 1992. And boy, you're making the money. But eventually, you become Image Comics 1999. Nobody wants to be Image Comics 1999, I assure you. You don't want that. At some point, Comicsgate has to start becoming a business and not... I'm going to try and watch my words here. A charity. Because that's what it is now. It's akin to a charity. It's donations. I don't know that that's... And look, I didn't raise $100,000 Friday, so what the fuck do I know? Maybe I'm wrong. Sure. I'm talking as a customer, though. Like, if you're a customer and you're just like, hey, man, I want to get Cyberfrog, and you go on Indiegogo and you see $25 single-issue comics that come out 2 years later, you probably don't want to get it that bad. Unless you've been watching his YouTube and you've been whipped up into some sort of a frenzy about you're sticking it to a fucking Disney or something by doing it. You know what I mean? I've said for the longest time I don't think comics should be crowdfunded. I've gone on Liam Gray's channel and said that. I don't think they should. I don't understand the point of this. Like, I get maybe the first time, you know, you crowdfund a comic, but then after that, like, you shouldn't be expecting the customer to put up the upfront cost. Red Pill Renegade says, Beckloff, I think the core of your Comicsgate disgust is because you threw a match in the dumpster 5 years ago when you suggested comics need a movement similar to Gamergate. It's not exactly what happened. So, I don't get credit for this and I don't want it. You know, we're a cozy little fucking chat over here and we'll talk about it. Check says Beckloff is a mundane Matt of Comicsgate. No, Mundane Matt was desperate for credit. No, I don't want it. I'm very happy I was forgotten. So back when I had the Beckloff on Twitter, which I'm still not allowed to have, even under Elon, too spicy for the pepper. There was an image, and you still see it. It was of Heather Antos when she was working at Marvel, and all the other fucking 20-year-old girls that got editing Marvel Comics at the time, and doing a terrible job. I'm not just talking about creative direction or keeping continuity. They couldn't catch spell check. They couldn't run spell check across it. You know what I mean? Basic editing. I just want, and it went super viral. I retweeted that picture and I was like, you know, this is why Marvel can't sell fucking books despite more interest in their characters they've ever had since fucking World War II. You know, not since GIs were reading Captain America in the trenches, or whatever the fuck, have they been this primed to sell comics. And that went fucking crazy viral. That tweet was featured in a Guardian article. I even remember Craig Langley tweeted under it. He goes, yeah, but Heather in the middle there could get it. And I remember being like, yeah, but you might want to have her sign a release form first. She looks like the false rape charge. which was it's so tame. It was such a tame joke, but I was such a bad evil man. The Guardian was, oh, did you believe this guy? And early on, Liam Gray, who I was buddies with, you know, he hopped in there with some of his fucking ideas, Xenotype and Wonder Boy or something like that, Wonder Island. Which, again, I wouldn't mind reading if he would just get to the point where he fucking sells a copy. If I could just, you know, Common America is one of the things that popped out of there. You can go on Amazon, just get the fucking trade. Hell, I have it on my wish list. But he kept trying to be like, oh, you got to come on these chats. And early on, I was like, nah, bro. It just, early on, it felt like, nah. And that's when I was still really trying to make a go at the channel and really clout chase and shit. I was in a clout chasing fucking mode at the time. And I still didn't want to fucking do it. I was like, nah. Because I could also tell that a lot of them didn't fucking like comics. Either they were the fucking manga dorks that want to be like, comics are going to fail. They're not like manga. What DC really needs to do is be black and white and backwards and about incest. Or they were just culture warriors. They were like, comics are going to fail because there's sometimes a gay character in there. It's like, that was never what I wanted. I don't want right-wing propaganda any more than I want left-wing propaganda. I just want good fucking comics. You know? So yeah, that's why I never wanted to be involved in that. And early on, when there was all these Indiegogo's and they were making all these fucking money and all these Kickstarters and shit, I was like, why do you need to kickstart a comic book? It's the cheapest cost of entry per media there is outside of a book. I mean, it's just... You write it, you draw it, you print it. You could even just put it online behind a paywall. You could even just do digital copies. I prefer physical copies, obviously, but, you know, for starting out, that might not be feasible. I just rejected the idea right off the bat that you should be dumping the upfront costs on customers, or you should be whipping them into a frenzy to, like, customers get whipped into pay pigs, let's be fucking real. They get whipped into a frenzy where they like seeing that number go up. Because it's like, look, we stuck it to Marvel because this guy made $100,000. Well, you didn't really stick it to Marvel. You were just a pay pig that gave this guy $100,000. You helped give that guy $100,000. And maybe at some point he'll make that comic. You know, with a shipping date 1.5 years for a single issue comic. Oh my God. So I always recognized right away, I was like, for something that's supposed to be about like Marvel and DC and the rest of them don't give the customers what they want. It was something that was even more so than Gamergate, just so inherently anti-consumer. You know, I really wish Marvel would undo One More Day, but at least they don't fucking treat me like a pay pig. At least they don't start a crowdfunding thing where they take $100,000 from me and then maybe, 2 years from now they'll undo One More Day after they spend 2 years fighting with people on live streams. But there's a difference there. Chad says, I'm not familiar with EVS. Does he actually get his products out on time? I'm not sure. I've heard he's late a lot. I don't know, man. He is a hyper detailed artist. A lot of times those guys, George Perez had a hard time George Perez was, now it was basically his magnum opus, but George Perez was super late on fucking JLA Avengers issues. I know Brian Hitch was notoriously late on fucking shit. That's a thing with some of these. His art's gorgeous, but that's a thing with some of the hyper detailed artists like him. Just... he has put out stuff, though. I mean, not as fast as I think he should. He's been doing this for like 5 years. Just says, when was the last time Forney was on here? I missed when he was your frequent guest. Forney was not only on here, he was in my house like 2 shows ago. Chad says, did you get a fucking job yet? Not yet. I might have one this week. I actually got a good feeling about this one. There's a place I applied that I know two people that work at, and I had applied a couple months before, and I got almost immediately a rejection email. And I told my buddy said he was going to talk to his boss, and his boss said that I wasn't on file, so I applied again, got immediately a rejection email. And my buddy is talking to me yesterday. He was like, "Look, man, that happened to the other person that worked there. I don't want to name names. I think it's just something in the system is flagging you." He goes, I'll talk to the boss. We should be able to get you at least an interview. I can't promise anything after that. So, and it's a pretty decent place to work. So I'm hoping. I'm fucking praying that tomorrow I hear something. Hear some good news. But if you want to help out with the job situation, with me not having a job, you can go to streamlabs.com/thebeckoff and send all the money. If you raise a lot of money in my Streamlabs, I should make one of those donation bars where it's like raise X amount of money and we will have stuck it to Disney. Chat says, also proof that Comics Gate doesn't care about comics is they never mention any of the good comics that DC has been putting out recently to complain about the Harley Quinn fetish comics. Yeah, DC's doing some great stuff outside of Harley Quinn slop. And no, they don't, because they don't fucking read comics. Good God, I was talking on here a couple months ago when John Del Rose, and he's one of the slimiest of that fucking corner of the internet. But he was talking shit on the Ninja Turtles comic, and he clearly hadn't read it. It's fucking great right now. It's like, get fucked, man. John says, did I get SNAP benefits? They didn't fucking approve me, man. I don't know. Guess being a white male, you'll fucking get it. I should tell them I'm black next time. I mean, I basically am. You know, I listen to rap music. I fuck white women that hate their fathers. I hate the police. I have a big dick. You know, I mean, well, I guess there's some other, like, I have a good credit score, and I have a good relationship with my father. So I guess that's kind of points against that. One of the Wignats on Twitter I remember seeing was saying that if you don't like country music, you're not white. So I guess I'm not white because I fucking hate that hick shit. But yeah, I did find that Cyberfrog trade paperback pretty cheap. It's all the 90s stuff, but I want to give it a shot. It looks fun. It looks very 90s. Even his newer stuff looks very 90s, and I've been wanting to give it a shot for a while. Hopefully at some point he will have banged out enough issues to maybe do a collection of his modern shit. Like, literally, this is indicative. So you go to, like, EVS's, like, site, and then you go to the store, and it just takes you to an eBay page where he's selling, like, overpriced fucking variant covers. And, like, some of them have, like, Trump on it and shit like that. And it's, like, so gay. It's so fucking... Look, I voted for Trump 3 times, and I don't regret any of them. Even if he hasn't quite lived up to it. Whatever. What were the alternatives? But don't fucking worship a politician. What the fuck's wrong with you? Like, putting Trump on your Cyberfrog cover is just as gay as, like, after Obama was elected in, like, 2008 when he was, like, on the cover of fucking various comics. It's gay. Alright? Chat says, did I see Ralph punch a MMA fighter on El Salvador Fish Tank? I did not. I can't say I watch a lot of Ralph. I don't watch Fish Tank. Not even I'm not a big Sam Hyde fan to begin with. I'm sorry to tell you. I like Sam Hyde's TED Talk bit from about 10 years ago. It's the only truly great bit I ever seen from him. So I don't watch Fish Tank. It's just, nah, I ain't got no interest in that. I don't watch Ralph anymore. I haven't in a while. So, I did hear something about that, but, like, it's pretty funny if you're an MMA guy and you got your fucking ass handed to you by Ethan Ralph. That might be the first fight Ethan Ralph ever won, at least publicly. He's notorious for picking fights and then getting the fucking brakes beaten off of him. But no, I didn't see a lot of that. I caught a little bit, but like people talking about it on Twitter, but I didn't really know what the hell they were talking about. Chet says, hell, the Comicsgate click doesn't even mention anything about Free Comic Book Day. Dude, that's a funny story. So, like, not this year, but last year, 2024. I was in, I'm in one Discord for a comic YouTuber. I'm not going to name him because I don't want to cause trouble. But, I'm in his Discord, and he's kind of lefty. And he has, like, a no politics rule. And he has a no talking about Comicsgate rule. Which I sort of understand on one level, because I'm sure Comicsgate guys are annoying. They go in there and they know nothing about comics and they just push their dumb shit. But also he probably has that rule because he's a lefty cuck. I don't know. Point is, whatever. Okay? But I'm also in like a Comicsgate fucking Discord. And last year, about a week or two before Free Comic Book Day, I was like, hey, is anybody doing anything for Free Comic Book Day? On both of these Discords, right? I was like, my buddies and I, we usually make like a little day trip. We sort of make a little round trip hitting these 4 different stores. They're all doing sales. We get our free comics, obviously, but then they're doing sales. You can get some stuff you've had your eye on for a while, And it's just a fun little road trip with your buddies, Fun little day trip. Hanging out with your homeboys, I asked this question in the regular comics thing, and I get a bunch of people, yeah. I ask it in Comicsgate. First fucking response, what's Free Comic Book Day? And then one other person responded, but he thought that, like, for some reason he thought, like, only, like, little kid comics came out on Free Comic Book Day, like little preschool comics or something. And I'm not even, like, that does happen on, like, there are free ones for, like, young children and all, but, like, it's not all of it. Usually it's the big ones Marvel and DC put out are like a little fucking prelude to whatever big event they're doing that summer. John Steele says it was a female MMA fighter. Wow. Again, showing how terrible women's sports are. If you get the shit beaten out of you by Ralph. Ralph is weak as a kitten. Like, honestly, I unless he's gotten in better shape since the last time I saw him. Like, way better shape. But yeah, the Comicsgate guys had no fucking idea what I was even talking about. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. Nobody here actually likes comics. Chet says Sam High is funny off the cuff, but his sketches 2016 onward are stuff people just pretend to like. Like, he has his moments, but it's just really, like, contrarian shit. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like the Zoomers and even young millennials latching on to Sam Hyde, it's just because, like, it's the only really edgy, transgressive comedian they ever were allowed to see. Like, and it's oh, he's so based. And it's like, dude, I heard Andrew Dice Clay bits from 30 fucking years ago. That makes Sam Hyde seem like a cuck. And Andrew Dice Clay isn't even any good. Wasn't even any good then, okay? Like, calm down, okay? Like, yeah, it's real edgy, I guess, if you never heard a Dave Chappelle bit. Or fucking Doug Stanhope, or Lisa Lampanelli, or, like, or watched any of the Comedy Central. It's like, calm down. All right, chat. Well, that's about all I wanted. I just wanted to hop on here and bullshit about WNBA and Comicsgate a little bit. I do think Cyberfrog looks good. Like I said, I got the 90s thing, and I'm looking forward to it coming. I don't say these things because I'm some leftist cuck on Comicsgate where I want it to fail. I want it to succeed. I want it to succeed at making comics. I want it to liven up the indie comic scene and, you know, I do legitimately want it to give Marvel and DC a run for their money, but not because I hate Marvel and DC, but because I love them and I want them to be better. I want the comic industry as a whole to be better. I genuinely love comics as a medium and the superhero genre as a genre. I genuinely love these things. I want them to be better. You know? I don't want lefties to be banished from it. I just want people of different fucking persuasions to be able to make art. Ugh. But yeah, I just like I would like to see these things turn into something akin to an actual comic book business and not just like at some point I'd like to see some steak sold and not just sizzle, I guess. All right, chat. Well, that's about it for tonight. If you do enjoy the show, and I don't know why you would because it's dog shit, but if you do, streamlabs.com/TheBeckloff, paypal.me/TheBeckloff, and I will leave a link to the Amazon wishlist down below where you can buy me some of the dumb shit that I like if you are so inclined to do that. That is about it for tonight, folks. I want to thank everybody for listening. Beckloff out.